So I drove from
Welcome
North
back, guys.
Alabama
My name is
to
Abel
Houston,
Garcia, and
Texas.
today,
13-hour trip
video
overnight.
first.
I'm about to go to Katy, Texas, to a church that's hosting an all-ages
I do
drag
apologize, guys. We made an error,
show. I did this for a reason.
and now here we are making another error.
I'm tired of sitting around watching the country burn around me while all I do is complain. It's time to do something about it. You're about to see what I'm talking about.
Let's restart that.
We'll have footage from it.
In today's practice,
So I drove from North Alabama to Houston, Texas. 13-hour trip overnight. I'm about to go to Katy, Texas, to a church that's hosting an all-ages drag show. I did this for a reason. I'm tired of sitting around watching the country burn around me while all I do is complain. It's time to do something about it. You're about to see what I'm talking about. We'll have footage from it very soon.
Now. Okay, fine. All right, after an event that we had over the weekend, now that April screwed everything up. No, you don't get your chance. No.
Welcome back, guys. My name is Abel Garcia, and today I'm here with my co-host, Drunken Senpai. I'm just gonna say this, Drunken, nothing was playing on my end, so I wasn't aware.
Yeah, because I was sharing the video and not the video. I did tell you that. And then I pointed at him to go, and he's just sitting there staring at me like, hey. Anyway.
Welcome back, guys. So today's episode is actually going to be a bit shorter just because we're only going to be talking about one topic today, and that's actually going to be the event that happened in Katy, Texas over the weekend. If you guys don't know what happened there, just to make a long story short, they had a drag show at a church, a Christian church that is not, in fact, Christian. It is a false church possessed by demons themselves. Now, that is my personal opinion, but Drunken will agree with me there.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I was unfortunately unable to attend, but we did have Drunken Senpai there with a lot of other supporters attending against the church. We had people from InfoWars, my friends from Protect Texas Kids, and a lot more, even the Italians Catholics, from what I had heard from reports. Even, I will say this, even though I do not like this group, and a lot of groups hate them, this group, which I will name in a second, was there protesting with everyone against these drag queens harming children emotionally. In that case, that group was the Aryan Brotherhood. The Klansmen, the KKK, however you want to call it, but yes, the actual KKK were in Texas protesting against the harm being on these children. I'm just going to tell you this. If even the KKK is defending kids from this, I feel like something's wrong with those people at the church. Just going to say that now. Drunken, take it away.
I will admit this. Yes, I knew that they were there. I saw the tattoos and I saw the scruffy looks of everybody, but they didn't accost anybody. They didn't go up and try to attack anybody. They didn't cause any harm. There was some infighting going on that I will address. We've already talked about that, but I will get into it again. However, there was more on the protest side than there were on the defending side. And from what I saw, okay, now here's the whole story of how this came about. Sarah Gonzalez on the news and why it matters had mentioned she was setting up an event, and if anybody was in the Houston area or willing to travel, to reach out to her. So I did. Wanted to see what was going on. So she said, she informed me about what was going on, and like you saw in the video, I'm tired of standing around and doing absolutely nothing but sitting here bitching at my house, right? So what we had planned was we get as much people as we can. They had 50 tickets that they got. I got 2, one for me, one for Abel. There was another guy that I met there that was actually on the inside for longer than anybody else was. We're still trying to reach out to him to talk to him about it. He agreed to come on the show. We just got to finalize everything and get him up to speed about, everything here. But I went out there. I drove 13 hours straight. As soon as I got off of work, me and my wife came home, took a shower. Me and my wife headed out there, and thank you, baby, for for driving most of the way there. But I jumped out there to do this for a reason, and like I said, I'm tired of just complaining. I wanted to do something. Now, as the time drew closer, I found out that day that all of the tickets that were bought by Sarah's group were they were canceled because they found out prior to the event what was happening. The only people that were allowed to have tickets to the event, because I bought them the day I heard something about it, was me, my 2 tickets for me and Abel, and another guy, the guy that we're trying to bring on to talk about this event later on to tell everybody what he saw from the inside as well. Um, we were the only ones. Okay, Abel did tell me, "Look, I got work, I can't go." So I was
I
able
would
to.
have loved to go, but I unfortunately wasn't able to attend because of my new job that I got. If it wasn't
Right.
for that, I definitely would have been there.
Right. And honestly, we probably would have been on the inside had you have been able to go.
And to be fair, we probably would have been kicked out eventually because we would have been recording, taking photos.
Oh yeah, because I probably would have said some shit. But um, yeah,
And plus, I had a good excuse for so we could take photos, but I know you wouldn't have agreed with it.
not for me. But
No,
yeah,
I was my plan had I been there, I would have said we're a gay couple and we love drag queens. So
no.
that's why. But how else are we gonna get footage without making it more suspicious?
I mean, had it not played out the way it did, we probably
Your
would
your
have.
wife would have approved of the false
It
homosexual
doesn't matter
relationship.
about my wife, dude. She's
I,
not my
I,
ruler.
I'm joking, my
I
dude.
know. I know. It doesn't matter about my wife and everything. To me, it's just that's not me. That's not who I am. I don't even want to try to pretend to be something I'm not. Even to do something as shitty as that, to me, that's dirty. To me, it's not being genuine. Now, if you wanted to do it, that'd be fine. I'd be the friend that supports you.
Damn. Well, there goes my
Right.
other plan.
So, but the whole thing broke down because of course I had an extra ticket and they had it canceled and I was in contact with Sarah and I was like, "Look, Abel can't go. I have an extra ticket. If you need somebody, they can go in his place." Well, Taylor Hansen was the one that picked up the ticket and he was the one to get inside. I will give credit to Taylor. We're about to play a little video from him to show you exactly what he had from the inside. As far as I know, the only footage from the inside that we have, because they knew what was happening, they knew what was going on, and they were kind of forbidding anybody to record. But yeah, that was he got in there. He was able to go into the closet there and get some footage and I'm going to say this. I'm not a religious kind of person, but for the pastor of a church to set this up, for the pastor of a church to think this is okay,
Wait, pastor who set this up?
yes, I will get
Oh,
into
Jesus.
that here in a second. I have a huge issue with that, and I'm not religious.
I am. I
But
already
yeah.
have issues.
Let's go actually to Taylor's video real quick. Let me switch everything because I didn't do it beforehand. There it is. Okay.
So
What?
I was just gonna say, just for the viewers, all the footage we are about to play does belong to Taylor Hansen at Twitter for at Taylor USA. So please, if you'd like to check it out, please check him out on Twitter. Okay.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and watch this. Now, this is inside the closet. This is what he got from the inside. Let's go ahead and take a look. As a matter of fact, let me change windows over here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second.
You got 1
changing
second.
Discord so he can see it. There we go. All right.
Hey, babe.
So this is where we start.
Now, of course, he went undercover.
Jeans. We have mannequins out to see some styles. Kits. So when someone goes shopping, they can have as many bags as they like. You set up a time via Facebook, or there's a time that we're just always open, and we leave you alone. Anybody that comes over, leave them alone.
I never would have recognized who the hell he is. Looking like
Women's,
that,
but
I'll
we'll
be
sometimes
honest.
put things in other sections. This has all bras and stuff. We're trying to get more binders and things like that because we can't get those used. We can't get underwear used because it's gross. But that's all like the underclothes. They also, I think it's really cool with clothes. There's purses, there's hats. We need more hats, Greg. We used to have so many hats.
You have to get a little of everything.
Anymore.
Doesn't have hats anymore?
I love them still, man. You want jewelry, darling? Jewelry.
I won't say no.
Jewelry.
There's purses, there's, makeup.
Necklaces, bracelets, rings, and earrings.
Yeah. We try to make it as much of a store as possible.
Yeah.
Because we want everyone coming in to welcome. The bags are the bags they are because you can go home. Anyone can go home with those bags, and it's like, I went shopping. I went to Home Goods.
Yeah, the home goods bag is
And
smart.
no one, because some of those are teens and parents are supporting. So it's like, if you need,
You know what that feels like.
here's your
Underwear.
Yeah, we have boxes and stuff too. Oh, not that room.
Underwear in these ones.
That's jewelry.
Underwear.
There's boxes too, right? Yeah.
There's some boxes mixed in with the boxer briefs.
And then the t-shirts aren't sorted by gender, they're just all the sizes.
Just size, okay.
The bigger ones are over there.
But they are sorted by, they're just sorted by size. And then, you should go to the scarves too.
Oh, we know the scars.
There used to be so many scarves. My wife, last weekend they did it in
This
Canto.
is the past.
And they sang, don't forget about Bruno, don't talk about Bruno. And all the kids sang it.
Okay.
And she was watching it again. Yeah, it's all online. Yeah. So you can always attend virtually if you can't attend in person. I know it's far.
Yeah,
If you're interested.
Well, I'm trying to move out here, but there's only so much you can do. It's so. It's definitely beautiful out here.
Now that he was removed because they caught him recording.
What was that?
Let me get that pass.
Why?
Because I need it.
What do you need it for?
Because you're not going to be coming back on here.
Isn't it illegal for officers to work security for private events like this?
It's not. You can record. I put in my request, and I'm working the church. Okay?
So you're requested to do this?
Can I get the pass?
No, I'm going to hold on to that.
Give me the pass, sir.
That's not illegal for me not
This
to give
is
you the
what
pass,
she
ma'am.
wants back. Once you register back, then we'll let you in. So can I get the pass?
Well, clearly doesn't want me.
All we have to do, if like you say, you have some people coming, correct?
Yeah,
So
the
let's get
people are
along.
already here and you guys denied them too.
Not me.
Well, she denied
I'm
them
only
too.
doing what she requested
What
was
she
for to get the
tells
pass
you to
back.
do. Okay.
Now, I will admit, she lied. That was the officer that threatened to arrest me if I did not leave the property. That was the same officer, and that will be in the video that you guys will see here in a bit. Can I get the pass? Sounds like a cop trying to persuade someone knowing she doesn't have grounds to even ask that. Yes. She was the officer that threatened to arrest me that you will be able to hear in a coming video. But because Taylor was caught, Of course, they struck my name from the list. He was under my name. They struck my name from the list, and I was not able to go into the event. By the way, welcome, Freely. I see you in the chat, Ash.
Hi,
yeah.
Ashley.
Let's go ahead and I want to highlight some of the responses from this as that goes, because they were incredibly sad as far as that goes. Let me go back to just a screen of this. Let's see, what was one of them there? Was that fully into that? No, that was him retweeting. Where was the one he actually? It was some of the videos from the. Yeah, that was one of the pins that he had gotten from the group. Says not all Christians suck. I'm not even religious, but this just kills me. Let's see. Go into this one right here. Look at some of the replies he got from this. And says, of course, I replied to this one. It says, "Oh my gosh, the church and its members are supportive and loving of teens who choose to come there. Why do you spend more time on loving your neighbor? Why don't you spend more time on loving your neighbor?" Pathetic deflection. A pathetic deflection, because that person knew what was actually happening. That person knew. But I replied, "What's your definition of love? Caring about someone is a different love than wanting to be inside them." Then the person's like, "Well, define inside them." And I said, "Well, just look up what's been happening with these drag shows in Texas. Look at the one that happened in Chattanooga where a kid actually felt the crotch of a drag show or of a drag queen. And you tell me the definition of inside them." Of course, I never got a reply on that one. This one says, "So, you dressed as a woman to gain access to the trans community. Newsflash, you're part of it." Another pathetic deflection. And I have, let me go to my camera. I have a serious question for everybody out there that wants to defend this thing, that wants to just be part of that cultural attack, that left hates everything. Why is it that you take the same ammo that you used against you and you throw it back thinking it's going to be effective? Because it doesn't work. It never will. That's what we mean by a deflection. That's what we mean by pathetic. That's what we mean by the left can't mean. That's what we mean by everything that we say to you. That's what we mean by this. It's a game of I know you are, but what am I? That kindergarten childish bullshit. You got nothing better than to I know you are, but what am I? Really? As you defend this kind of shit, as you defend the sexualization of children, as you defend the ability for a child in Chattanooga, Tennessee to go up to a drag show wearing a sequence mermaid-looking dress and feel on the crotch. Are you kidding me? You defend that, and you wonder why we call you things like pedophiles. You wonder why we call you things like groomers. Oh, they just wanted to feel the sequence. They could have done that on the leg. Why did the kid have to feel the crotch?
Hey, yo, what the?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I'm gonna be honest. I lost 30 seconds because something's happening in my family. So all I heard was a kid touched some dude's crotch with sequels.
We'll go through that and we'll look that up too.
Also, did I actually say anything? I did not read.
A woman shall not wear a man's clothing, nor shall a man put on a woman's clothing. For whoever does these things is utterly repulsive to the Lord your God.
Yeah, I know. I know the Bible.
I'm not religious. I don't really care. I don't care about this trans shit. What I care about is the children. You want to be a trans person, you think you're really in somebody else's body. That's fine. I've already done a video going through the problems with this. It was called Spoon Feeding the Intellectually Inept. If you want to look it up, look it up. You know, you're talking about 65 to 94% of children who have gender dysphoria growing out of it. Yet you want to cut off their dick and balls. You want to cut off their tits. Just because? Just because you want to affirm their gender to push them into something that they may or may not be. But
No,
while
they
you
do
do that,
They do that so they can sterilize the next generation, minimize the amount of people on this planet. I wouldn't be surprised if they got donations from Bill Gates and Agenda 2030.
Oh, no. Even Vanderbilt Gender Clinic or, some shit from Vanderbilt. I forget the exact name of it.
Yeah.
It's in the video.
Yeah.
Even Vanderbilt was just saying, hey, this is money making. We can make a lot of money.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of money, do you know how much money I cost one surgeon to remove my implants and a couple follow-ups? $7,000.
That ain't shit compared to how much they're making, dude.
Well, that's one surgeon from me.
I understand, but that ain't shit compared to how much they're making. This woman says she has like 200, 300 people from all different states. Think about that. This is a money-making scheme.
I don't think you understand what I just said. One person was worth over 7,000 to one surgeon.
I understand.
The surgeon has done multiple folks. There's lots of people who probably go to him as well.
I understand, and that's what I'm saying. You got 200, 300 people and on a waiting list for 3 or 4 months. Think about, okay, so you get $7,000. That was the thing for them. Now 200, 300 people. Now you're talking about 700, 1.4, 2.1 million. This is a money-making scheme.
That's what I'm saying with me. And that's
how
much
just top surgery for you. What about bottom surgery?
Ooh, it would have been worse and more expensive.
What about the hormones that you have to stay on constantly? What about the drugs that you have to take at all times for the rest of your life? They don't give a shit about these kids. They give a shit about the money. Meanwhile, you got people on Twitter and the left and protect trans kids and everything like that. 65 to 94% grow out of it. Yes, there is a huge margin of error. I get you. But the fact that it's over half.
Intentionally creating lifetime patients.
Yes. Big Pharma doesn't give a fuck about you. Big Pharma doesn't want to heal you because if they did, that's a customer lost. But yet, here we go with this.
Why I say I don't believe in this insanity.
But yeah, as we're doing this, let me go to the live here while we're talking. Let me look up the little.
I feel like I've had this conversation with Ashley. I kind of want to get her opinion on this again.
Yeah, see, this is some of the footage there. No, that wasn't him. What was... Jesus, I forgot who actually put it in there. Chattanooga.
Who?
Yeah, here's some of the footage from Chattanooga. Look at that. Are you kidding me? That child is rubbing that dude's crotch. Oh, they're feeling the sequence? No, you could have done that on the leg. This kind of shit is okay with everybody? These are little kids. These aren't teenagers. Meanwhile, could you have picked somebody fatter? It's a joke. I don't give a shit, but he is fat. Look at this one. The kid's scared. That child is scared. This baby. That kid's just having fun. But I think she was coerced into that.
some gravings saving grace from this. The head drag queen was actually asked not to perform because he had a history of wanting to murder children. And he was called out by a former drag queen who is a friend of mine here in Texas. So,
Oh, yeah. That one was at Katy, Texas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But y'all think this kind of shit is okay. And this is what gets to me. I don't give a shit if you're transgender. I don't give a shit if you have gender dysphoria. That's fine. You do you. These kids don't need to see this. These kids don't need to be affirmed because they don't even know what the fuck's going on. These kids are still picking their nose and playing pretend like they want to be princesses that are these people trying to be those princesses for these kids. You're going to sit there and tell me you're okay with this.
They're okay with this.
You're only okay with it because you want to fight something that the right is fighting against. That's the only thing about it. That's it. You have no idea what you're standing for, because if you did, you wouldn't be letting pedophiles in the LGBT community.
Yeah, I thought we called them children fans of the playground. Or do we not do that anymore?
I'm going to call it like it is. Strike it down. I don't give a fuck. I'm done playing nice with these people. I am straight up done playing nice and dancing around this shit. Because this has gone too far. You got pedophiles meeting up with children being exposed by, what's that group that does that now? It used to be Catch a Predator. Who does that now?
Isn't it Chris something?
Not Chris Hansen. There's another group that kind of took up the mantle for that. But you got pedophiles meeting up with kids.
I know there's a guy here in Texas who does it, Alex Rosen. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
But you got that going on. Meanwhile, he's catching people trying to meet up with kids saying things like, well, I'll teach you how to have sex in the backseat of my car.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's one of those. Go look that shit up.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. That's what I'm saying.
And y'all are sitting there doing this shit. Y'all think this is okay, and it's not. It's not okay at all. I'm politically homeless. I'm neither left nor right. I'm right-leaning because the Overton fucking window has shifted so damn far, y'all left me behind. I can't be okay with any of this.
Join the dark side.
No. Fuck that. I can't be okay with any of this shit.
Join the side of Jesus Christ.
I remember when I used to be a left-leaning kind of person, I was okay with kids and Hooters and shit because I was a kid. I wanted to be in Hooters. I fought for that shit. Look where it led to. Instead of looking at somebody that's fully clothed, not acting and dressing sexually in any way, till now we got fucking dudes shoving their bulges in kids' faces, and you're okay with it. You got kids feeling on the bulges of fucking grown-ass men, and you're okay with it. All because you want to fight. All because you think it's okay. All because the media hides this shit from you.
Can you really blame these people? They think that they're fighting for the right of well, they are fighting for the rights of pedophiles to be with your kids.
That's what you're fighting for. Because literally, nobody gives a shit.
Wait, I have a question since you were there. Was Antifa out there with defending the event? Wait, let me finish. Were they defending the event outside with guns?
Yes.
Okay, I will be...
Hold on, like I said before when we covered that the last time, these are the same people that are saying AR-15s are weapons of war and should be banned, yet they're outside of a drag event with AR-15s to defend the kids to be groomed.
I'm going to file a Freedom of Information Act or whatever it is with the police department, and I'm going to ask how come the church was allowed to have armed security? Do they have the required paperwork for their security guard?
A fucking SWAT team worked as private security for this event.
I meant Antifa.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to get that information, and even then, it's still going to be okay because Texas laws you can carry. You can open carry.
You can carry, but you cannot do armed security without a proper license.
True.
That is true. That is overall, you can't do that.
But nothing's going to happen because literally the protesting side, the side that I was on, was maced by a car that drove by, and the cop said, "I ain't doing shit about it." Got it on video. We'll go through that very soon. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and start the
main police can't give a fuck about y'all. They only care. They only cared about you guys after Texas Rangers arrived onto property and kicked their asses. Not actually, figuratively speaking.
Let's actually go to some of the footage here. I'm just gonna set it up full screen so everybody can see this. I guess it would help if I put it on there, right?
Yeah, I can't even watch.
I gotta flip the properties. Hold on a second. I should have been doing this before, but let's see. Here we go. All right. Let's just take a look at some of this. This is after I had arrived. I had a little thing just to make sure, doing a mic check and video check just to make sure everything was rolling. But this is when I rolled up on the property.
Did you get footage of the KKK, by the way?
I got footage of damn near every single person that was at that event, except for their side. To be fair, there wasn't a single Proud Boy at the event, but that's what they're screaming.
Is that what they're yelling? Proud Boys go home?
Yes.
Actually, they were right. They were Proud Boys.
Well, there wasn't many of them.
In the coming months, and every outward, every thought, every silly action, every vain imagination, you will give account, and you will be burned in the lake of fire with the devil and the angels. You don't have to be that way for you no longer. You don't have to be a pervert no longer. You don't have to be a homosexual no longer. You can be transformed. Let me tell you, this Reverend Heather says that God wants you that way. It's a lie. He sent his son so that you could be transformed, so that you can have a new mind, a new heart. Let me tell you, in the black, you don't have to be a pervert no more. You don't have to stand for what's wrong. You can be
That dude went all day.
I like what he's saying, I'm going to be honest.
He did not stop talking the entire time.
What is right and wrong? They're broken culture. A broken, that's all it should be. It's broken. It's broken.
Oh, I can hear my friend.
Yeah, she shows up in the camera a lot.
No. The woman that was laughing.
Yeah, she shows up in the camera a lot.
Yeah, he's always there.
There was a point where I actually tried to get away from her because she was always in the shots, and it didn't happen.
I told you were. I sent them a photo of you in advance so they know who you were.
Oh, so you sent me it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not the one who's supposed to be with you, but they were going to be with you.
Alive, dude, right?
Not our kids. Is it working?
Yes.
Now, I'm not the most steady-handed, I'll admit this, and I'm walking the fuck around, so the shaking's gonna have to happen.
They're people supporting the church with on the protester side? Because I kept hearing not our church.
Yes. This was the first initial shots.
Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
This was the group that was attacked with mace.
Yeah, those were the Italians.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost. Oh my Jesus, forgive us our sins. Viva Cristo Rey! Viva!
Yep, those are Italian.
The bagpipes. The bagpipers can get ready.
That's kind of where the group ended and kind of trailed off, so I wouldn't.
Brian, where's your water?
We want the angels and saints in heaven to hear us. If you don't have a sheet, you can share. We got some more up here as well.
I don't know what that flag was. I've never seen that at all. It looked like some kind of like medieval flag.
The red one, that's the Roman. That's for the Roman Empire.
But it was still pretty cool to see that. I was like, that's impressive. I gotta get that.
Louder than these football stadiums. They're willing to lose their voices for their team. We have to be willing to lose our voices for our own team. Drag queen culture for our kids. If you love America, drag queen culture for kids is moral degradation. Keep America strong. Perversity. Moral values. Keep America's honor true. Thank you, Gary.
The bagpipe was a nice touch. I don't like bagpipes, but that's still a nice touch.
Yeah. Cool.
I find bagpipes to be annoying as hell, but that just seemed to just kind of add another touch to their performance, which is great. I loved it. Those people walking away, I think, were the ones that actually went that maced the crowd later on. They were the only people to actually leave that I saw. They were the only people to actually leave and come back from a different direction.
God. And this is the music that you're adding post production, right?
No, this is the music they're playing. This is unedited footage. I didn't
That's why I'm
blur out
asking.
anything. I didn't change any bit of any of it. All I did was just put it in Adobe and string it all together in one file.
Is that music coming from the church?
No. That's from the area that's dancing right there. By the way, that is a little child in some booty shorts dancing around. And he does
Wait,
that
where?
pretty much the entire way. You'll see it again.
What? Come on over, bro. Come and take it, bro. Come on. You're not an man. You're a traitor. Yeah? Come on. Come on.
So, now that you told me that you let them know who I was and sent a picture, it kind of makes sense as to why she shadowed me the entire time. Because it was freaking me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, repeat that again. I can't hear you with the beeping. You want to pause it and say that one more time?
I said, now that you told me that you sent them a picture and let them know who I was, it kind of makes sense why she was shadowing me the whole time, because it was kind of freaking me the fuck out that she was always there.
Well,
Like,
she just wanted
seriously, she was always there. Every time I turned around, I saw her face, and I was like, all right, I'm about to be attacked by a woman. I don't know what the fuck's happening right now, but
Trust me, she is a sweet old grandma. She will not harm you, unless you're a pro pedophile.
yeah, well, I mean, it was still kind of freaky because I didn't know.
You
But
should
let's
have told
go.
me.
Told you what? While I'm trying to,
There's a-
hey, this woman's following me. Like, no, I'm trying to get my shit done. I'm trying to stay as innocuous as innocuous is not the word. Inconspicuous as possible. Like, all I'm doing is just going around getting footage. I rarely ever talk to anybody throughout the entire thing. But yeah, let's keep going.
Well, I did tell them to keep an eye on your ass. They were going to be with Taylor.
Having a all ages family or all ages bingo drag show here. And after everything that's been going on with all
Dude
these
caught me
drag
by
shows
surprise. I
around
didn't even know what the fuck to say.
We gotta have armband.
He's just like, what's happening? Now, as far as timeline is concerned, I'm going to think it was at this point that Taylor was caught.
Due to the fact that we are on the stream, I would keep my opinions to myself.
There she is again.
Alright, you're gonna have to just send me a screenshot of that. Okay, I'm gonna text her that, like, hey, look, you're wearing my friend's camera.
She is always there. There's like 90,000 fucking frames of her.
Like I said, because she knew who you were, she wanted to make sure
Well, I
you were safe.
appreciate that, but it was kind of freaking me the fuck out because I didn't know. You could have given me a heads up.
I did tell you a heads up.
You said my friends. You didn't say who. I knew nothing. This was the cop telling me to stay on that side of the road. I was telling him I got tickets.
end up
I will admit.
because I know these fuckers are too obese for that shit.
I will admit, at this point, the cop was telling me, hey, watch for traffic. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm like 37 years old. If I'm walking out in front of traffic, let me get hit. That's what I was thinking in my head. I didn't say it. But I was just like, I'm 37 fucking years old, man. I know not to walk out in the traffic.
Wait till you good and then you drop. Yeah, for everybody's safety, I don't want nobody walking through here.
As a matter of fact,
I'm kind of about to just take my back.
let me turn the limiter down on the stream a little bit here. Now, this is where I went on this side because I was about to go in.
Hey, I know who that is. Who's speaking? Another friend.
Now, all right. All right, it is hot as shit. I'm wearing a black shirt. Okay? It's hot as fuck. These motherfuckers are wearing black hoodies, black pants, mask on.
It's Antifa.
I understand, but I can only imagine how hot it had to be for them. That's the only thing I will give them credit for as far as that goes. I can only imagine how bad it had to be for them under that fucking heat. Because it was
I'm gonna be honest, I'm from California. I always wore black. No, I was not Antifa, guys. But I can confirm it's not as bad as most people think.
California is different as far as weather is concerned. You talk about humidity and shit like that. That plays a big
I've done it here in Texas as well. It's not bad. That bad.
I mean, I got little shorts of me just pouring fucking sweat on our channel. I mean,
well, to be fair, you a white boy. Y'all sweat easily. I'm Mexican.
But it wasn't as humid as it is here in Alabama. But I would have left a long time ago had it been like Alabama weather at this point. I'd been like, nah, I'm fucking done, y'all. Count me the fuck out. Because I'd have looked like I took a bath. But let's go.
Did you take a bath?
No.
Oh my God! You are gross. You're grown people, and you are harming those kids.
What are they yelling? Go home, Kelly?
I don't know. I have no idea what that was about.
Yeah. No. Okay. So you know that lady that was yelling at them that they're harming kids, right? The one that was speaking right before they started shouting that. Yeah, that's her name, Kelly. That's my friend. She has her own organization which helped plan that or had or assisted. I don't remember. I don't want to mess up who originally had this event.
But I'm glad I paused it right here. This is perfect. First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, there in Katy, Texas. This is where it was. This was the church that hosted the event. The pastor of this church was the one that set this up. The pastor is the one that kicked all of this off. But yeah.
A woman pastor, right?
Yes. The one we saw from Taylor's video with that looked like a fucking beaver. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Go fuck yourself. Let's go. This was fucking amazing to me. Watch this shit. Watch this dude.
I'm over here. I'm going in.
Did you hear that?
Get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah, he points at me. Get the fuck out of here. I'm over here. I'm going in. And then he just walks off like, oh, okay, whatever.
Like, one of our fellow pedophiles. Damn, you passed very well.
All I was doing was recording shit. I'm just like, I'm over here. I'm going in. I got tickets, motherfucker. Okay, whatever, cool. But here is where I realize shit's amiss and something went wrong. Check this out. One of the workers was like, I'm here, I got tickets. She said, get off or you going to jail. For what? What did I do? You can say disturbing the peace. What peace am I disturbing? Because only one person said anything to me. I'm not doing anything.
What they
You
tell
threatened
you?
to take me to jail for walking around. That is a breach of pretty much every right here in the United States. You cannot take me to jail. What are you going to charge me with? If you were to charge me with disturbing the peace, yeah, you're damn right. I will beat that, and I will damn sure sue Katy, Texas, the county, the city, the state. And I will win that case. Because I did nothing. Very few people even understood who I was and why I was there.
Yeah, you were a fan of the playground and you wanted to enjoy your fellow fans of the playground.
If that was true, I'd get in. But here, listen to this.
This event.
Where your tickets at? Tell me your name.
Richard Chrysler.
All right, no, go ahead, go.
What do you mean, no?
Get off the property. You're not on this. Go. No, we just removed that name off the list. Okay, go ahead, go. Go ahead.
We just removed that name off the list. Yeah, you heard that right. She threatened to throw me in jail for just walking around. Told her my name. You're not on the list. And then we just removed the name from the list. Yeah, they knew what was happening. They knew what was going on. They had somebody, kind of back. And then this was a very organized event. They had a list of everybody except me and the person that was on the inside. They knew every single person except for me and the person that was on the inside.
Get off the property or you want to do it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was actually keeping an eye on them from behind because I was thinking that woman was actually going to bum rush me.
The bum rush?
No.
To be fair, they're right for once.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again?
I said for once they're not wrong. There were KKK members there, but not for what they assumed.
They didn't do a damn thing. They didn't cause a problem.
My point exactly.
But let's continue a little bit here. It's a clip into another clip here. All right. So this comes into some other things that I do want to address.
So what happened there?
Now,
Just for the viewer.
I don't know exactly what happened here because I walked into this fight.
Mm.
Okay, I don't know exactly what was said or anything like that, but I want to address that the next couple of clips, the next couple of things you're going to see, I want to address this. Abel and I have had this conversation before the stream began. I don't give a fuck what problem you have with anybody that is against all of this shit. Don't do it in front of people. Don't do it where your enemy can see. The infighting needs to be kept behind the scenes. I don't give a shit what your reasons are. I don't give a goddamn how you feel about somebody. You put that shit behind the scenes. There was 2-3 fights that happened that I actually recorded. There were probably more that the other side saw, and they were cheering that on. They're united. If anything were to happen, they wouldn't ask questions. They'd just be guard dogs like attack mode. Meanwhile, y'all motherfuckers are fighting each other. How the fuck can we stand up, supposedly united, and show force while you fight the same person standing beside you doing the same shit? Now, let me rant for a little bit here, Abel. Actually,
you have all the time to rant.
How the fuck can you fight something as a supposed united front when you're fighting the person standing next to you? I don't give a shit your reasons. I don't give a shit your feelings. I don't give a shit what they've done to you. You do that shit in the background. Plain and fucking simple. Now this interaction was kind of in the background, but it was able to be seen. While I was recording, I looked behind me, clear fucking shot for this one. Now there are others that came across as well, where they were standing at the roadside, where it was on full fucking display. Now this is where I will criticize the right. Y'all motherfuckers are dumb. You literally fight with each other in front of everybody over stupid ass reasons, and you wonder why. You wonder why you can't get shit done. These clips are why. Let's go back to it. Matter of fact, I'll put it full screen.
Wait, was this not full screen?
No, while we were going through all that, we were on the side.
Pause it. So the guy in black that's currently walking away, that he's a friend of mine. He's a former drag queen and transsexual.
Yeah, I got a little speech from him. Some of it.
Yeah, the woman that he's arguing with is a okay, let me rephrase that. She is either a representative or she works with Gays Against Groomers.
Again, I don't give a shit your reasoning.
No, I don't give a shit about any of it. I'm giving you context. I'm giving the viewers context.
That's fine. That's fine. That's it's whatever. I don't give a shit the reasoning behind any of it. But for you to do this in front of everybody is a fucking problem. It shows them that we're not united. It shows them that we've got problems. It shows them that everybody is fighting with everybody while screaming at the other side. Meanwhile, they can raffle stomp your fucking asses. Because all they have to say is, do that. And everybody mobs. Meanwhile, if we say, do that, we got everybody fighting as to why. And I don't like you. Don't talk to me. Who the fuck are you? That's why you can't get shit done.
Well, you got to look at it from this perspective. The left, they all take orders. I
understand.
The right doesn't. They question shit.
I understand. But when you're trying to do this, when you're trying to show a force, when you're trying to make a stand, you don't argue and fight with the person next to you in front of the people that you're staring down the barrel of. It's dumb. It gets you nowhere. And it just shows them that they're better off than you are. Plain and simple. I don't give a shit how anybody feels. I don't give a shit about the rights in fighting. And I understand it. There are so many people with so many different ideologies that are literally politically homeless, like most of us really are. We've just been shoved on the right, and we're not understanding half of what the fuck's going on. But you don't do this shit in public for them to see. Let's continue.
No, I care.
All right, you're the only one that cares. Then just keep.
Aren't you a pedophile? Aren't you a pedophile?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Jeez.
You're gonna start talking right now.
All right.
This is where I started noticing hold up. This is where I started noticing every single person was coughing. Like, there were people walking my direction as I was trying to film this, and every single person was coughing. Now I was like, okay, I don't smell weed. What the fuck's going on?
I wonder if any more boys got arrested.
Some pepper spray came out of some of those cars. My nose is burning.
There was a clue for me to go look.
Oh, pepper spray! I love the taste.
That's my friend.
What just happened here?
Pepper spray.
Oh,
Somebody sprayed it down.
Somebody sprayed pepper spray up when.
That's a law where you can't have a child. Yeah, that's not where it came from.
If you can't take a shit and not adhere to a...
You don't have that many topics.
Darn it. You missed it. The lady in the red hat, who is coughing right now, black shirt, friend of mine. She's the one who it was being yelled at by Antifa.
I will admit, she was actually the coolest person there.
Yeah,
I talked to her after I stopped recording for a little bit. She was actually the coolest one there.
Yeah, she's a pretty chill gal.
But yeah, let's continue.
So it seems like this side was attacked by somebody driving by with pepper spray. Drove by, sprayed pepper spray out the window, I guess.
Car that went by and put all the mace on people?
No, I didn't. I don't.
They had their window down and they sprayed it as they were coming by.
We didn't see it. I didn't see it. I was way up there, so.
It'd be good if somebody would, because they're probably going to do it again.
By the way, it didn't happen again.
It did or did not?
Did not.
I got a big whiff of it. Did you?
I want to go back just a hair. Where is it?
Those kids?
I think I went too far. Yeah. Hold on.
I got a big whiff of it. Did you?
Fucked up little joke. It's gonna be horrible, but I'm gonna make it.
How dare you? He's I'm kidding.
This guy in the orange shirt right here that's walking in front, I looked at him and I was like, hey, Jackie Chan's son, we're safe. I know
Did
it's
you
fucked
tell
up.
him-
It's racial
actually tell him that?
profiling. No, I didn't say shit.
Jesus, I was about to say. Damn.
But I
we have a
saw
racist
him and
over
I was
here.
like, dude, he kind of looks like Jackie Chan. This is fucking amazing. But yeah. This was the police interaction for that.
Into these women's mouths. They sprayed a liquid into their mouths and they're not feeling well. I don't understand why you guys are here if you're not here to help the people.
I'm assuming it's the pepper spray?
Yes. Fuck you, cop. Let me through.
We have evidence. We have a couple of minutes that was sprayed in the mouth by guys over there and they're having adverse reactions now. I don't know, but we just need to find out what they sprayed on them so we can figure out if we need to take them to the hospital or not.
It was probably either bear spray or OC or something.
They grabbed the water gun and squirted into the women's mouths while they were singing worship songs. It was the pastor.
Okay. If they think they need to go to the hospital, they need to go to the hospital because we don't know what was in the water gun.
Now, you remember when I pointed out those people that were walking away?
Yeah.
They were walking away to the left of the screen. As I drove up, I saw those people walking towards the event. Same people. I think it was those individuals that walked away, got in a car, came back later to pepper spray.
Are we surprised though?
No, absolutely not. But I think that's who did it.
If they need to go to the hospital, they need to go to the hospital. Because, hang on for a second, okay? Understand the situation. Everybody's over there armed. If we go to force them to look at their water gun, it's going to escalate from there.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but the cop said everybody over there is armed. If we go to force them to look at their...
Hey, I had a question. I'm sorry to bug you.
What?
But that footage that we shared earlier, was that from the one in the beginning where the drag queens were getting their crotches touched by the kids? Was that from Katy?
No, that was Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay, I just wanted to double check because I thought I heard you say it was from...
No, absolutely not. That was a different one in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But the officer said everybody over there is armed. If we go over there checking their water guns, it's going to escalate the situation.
I don't give a f. Y'all are the police. Do your bloody job.
Exactly. Which threw up a red flag in my mind as to what are you protecting? That threw up a huge red flag in my mind. What are you protecting? Because there was literally an assault that just happened. You're being told about it that affected more than one person.
Well, they don't care that women were harmed. It's only a woman.
No, there were multiple fucking people in that attack.
No. I'm saying these activists, they don't care about women. That's what I'm trying to say. Cops don't give a fuck that our women are being abused.
No, the cops were there to protect that shit. That was the red
what?
flag that popped up into my mind. They were there to protect that shit. Everything that happened behind this cop's back was allowed to happen. If anything were to pop off, that cop right there, mid-screen, would not protect a fucking thing. He would run like a little bitch because he was only there to make sure that the people standing in front of him were not to cross the line. But let's continue. Let's listen to what they say. I get a little closer so you can hear better.
There's not going to be any going back, okay? I don't want to see somebody get killed. When we can't, no matter what was in the water gun, we're not going to be able to solve it out here. They need to go to the hospital. If they feel like they need to go to the hospital, go to the hospital.
Yeah, but if someone committed a crime, you guys need to look into it. Somebody possibly committed a crime.
I understand that.
Have your card because we're going to need to report this on Monday. I need a card from someone. I kept calling the Deputy Carter and we're not getting any response or anything. I need a card from someone so we can report this on Monday.
All right, so the woman's like, I need a card, so I'm going to report this on Monday. I know we're not going to get a response or anything, but I need to report this on Monday. Now, the officer is going to say, you can report this today. Which to me felt like he was trying to say, get the fuck out of here. But listen up.
You can report it today. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
You can report it today.
Yeah,
but doing it from here is probably not the best idea. Okay? Would you agree?
I mean, I guess they're going to get away with murder. We have people driving by, spraying people, pepper spraying them on the side of the road. It's insane.
I understand that, but it's everybody who's driving everyone else. Okay? So we can't very well point the finger at one group over the other. Whether
Yes, you can. It's called the First Amendment. Yes, you can. That is bullshit.
That is my friend.
Now, I'm going to say this. You can't point the finger at one group over the other. Now, if somebody comes by literally targeting one side, you can point the fucking finger at one group. If there is something that happens to one side but not the other.
That was my friend who also called out Taylor.
I'm going to address that. But let's continue.
We're here to protect our rights, not our safety.
We are here to protect everybody's rights.
Yes, so don't tell us we can't flick somebody off because we have every damn right to do it.
I didn't say anything about flipping anybody off.
And why don't you go after the car that maced all of us, man? Why don't you go after the car that maced us?
He is right. You do not have to leave. You can call up backup officers to come to the scene, to get a report, to find out, to look at the video evidence, to hunt these people down. You got more officers in your fucking force than are right there. You do absolutely fucking nothing. You are a coward. You allowed somebody to be physically assaulted just because your bitch ass doesn't want to do your fucking job. All you had to do was radio in, I need backup officers, we have an incident. We need to protect, we need to stand vigilant, but we need somebody over here to take care of this incident. All you have to fucking do, but your bitch ass did nothing.
I'm also surprised they didn't even ask if they wanted to call the fire department or paramedics.
They should have. But no, they did absolutely fucking nothing. Let's continue.
It's from their side.
Take them to the hospital. If they feel bad in any way, they need to go to the hospital. Okay.
Hey, you find that car where we'll rip them out and beat their ass and it'll be on your head.
I plead no contest to what my friend said.
What are you going to do about it? Because I don't know all of those things.
I don't even know what the fuck that conversation was. Wait. Now, this was the group that was attacked. This was me going back to check on them. Just kind of see what's happening. They seemed okay, so I just... Okay, whatever. Let's
go. Our Lady of Baltimore! Our Lady of Mount Carmel! Our Lady of Victory!
Midwest Troublemakers in the chat. He said they don't want to get sued by those grummers. Nice way of skirting that language. Midwest.
Hey, Midwest, how are you?
Dudes we were talking to from Business Party Podcast at one time.
Oh yes, I got my title Olympian. Or was that a Skittle, titty Skittles?
No, that was the same. Both of them. The titty
that's what I'm
Skittles
saying.
came from actually me, but yeah, the Olympian joke, yeah, that was from them. But yeah, it doesn't fucking matter because that was literally a huge ass lawsuit in the making. There is video footage of the officer literally saying, "We ain't gonna do shit." But let's continue.
You know, if I was there, I would have talked to that lady and asked her if she wanted a lawyer, because I would have gotten her one real quick.
I was trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, dude. You don't know how much I was raging inside my own mind over this shit, but I was just like...
What I'm saying is, if I was there, I would have talked to her and said, "Hey, ma'am, do you need to talk to a lawyer so you can sue? That was a typo on my own. Yeah, so you can shoe a cop with a chancla."
But yeah, let's continue. I would admit, I feel like I did a nice ass job. Not really putting myself out there for you. All right. We've had this talk before. I'm going to say it again. Full cam on me. I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is. I do not. This interaction is on the side of the road. Full screen for everybody to see. This shit got out of hands. Now, Abel has filled me in behind the scenes, and you don't have to say shit, Abel. Please do not.
I'll say something.
Please do not. Do not get yourself involved in this shit.
Okay.
I do not give a fuck your reasoning. It was bad enough that that dude had an incident in the back. They could have seen that. They probably did. This was on full fucking display. Let's continue. Let me go back real quick. Now, let's continue.
I'm doing my job. No. We're not here because of you, Taylor. You fucking Taylor. We're not here because of you. Our fucking share out. Don't fucking island.
By the way, Midwest says he's heartbroken that you don't remember him.
No, I'm not reading chat, so that's a thing.
Let's continue.
Wait, can I give some context? I'm sorry, because I know this clip. My friends were telling me what was happening right there, right before that happened. So
right,
context.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Abel Garcia.
Son of a whatever. Go.
So some context for this clip that's going on, where you hear a woman yelling at someone named Taylor, who is Taylor USA, whose video we did use in the beginning of this video. What I think of Taylor, what I think of what happened that day.
You're not gonna no. Do not put that in
contest. I do not plead no. I plead no contest. I will not make a statement on that. What I will say is that from my friend, what she said that Taylor said and did was he went up to the crowd and started clapping and said, "Thank you everyone for coming here and showing up for with your support." That is when my friend got pissed and is yelling at him, as you can hear. Drunken, if you want to go back a couple of seconds so you can play what she said again.
Oh, this is gonna be. How far do we have to go back? I don't know.
I don't know. Just go like 10 seconds. I don't care.
Dude, you realize how bad that's gonna be with this?
Right. No.
I don't get paid. So how am I a aggressor? Because you and Sarah
went on a program. I worked for Blaze. Yes, you do. No, I'm not. I was literally over here, and he came up to me.
One more time. I don't give a fuck who you work for. I don't give a fuck who you represent. I don't give a fuck about any of that. You handle that shit in the background. You were on the side of the fucking road in full display of every single person on that side. And you're going to do this. I'm going to call you out. Now, she may be pissed about that. I don't care, Abel. She may be pissed about that. Taylor may be pissed about it. I don't give a shit. You were on full display for everyone to see, and you pull this? Take that shit in the back.
Well, I think they did say that they'll take him to the back.
You put this argument on the back fucking burner in that moment. This is not time to rage out and say what you need to say. This is not that time. Now, this is a chink in the fucking armor. Because you got beef with somebody else and you want to take it out right then and there. This is a chink in that armor. And I'm not trying to dish you in any way. I'm calling out the bad behavior. I'm calling out the fact that you, in this instant, just weakened this side. Because now they're going to be cheering you the fuck on. They're going to be cheering this fight on. Because now they know that there is fighting that is happening on the opposing team. How the fuck can they stand united when they fight with each other? Now, Abel has filled me in. I get it. But this is not something you need to put on full display.
For legal reasons, I cannot speak publicly.
I don't give a shit. I will.
Well,
this... Now, I appreciate...
I said background, in the background.
I appreciate you looking out for me because Abel asked you to. But I'm going to call this out. Because this shit, I cannot condone. I will not condone. You were on the side of the road where everybody sees you fighting with somebody else that is on that side. Think of the optics. Think of what you have just caused. We are no longer united to them. This is a bad look. Now, I do kind of get it. I understand your thinking behind this. Do not get me wrong in any way. I get it. Now is not the time. Handle this later. But let's continue.
I did not say anything. They came up to me. I literally just got removed from the event. I was inside getting fucking footage. I was inside getting footage. Where were you? Where were you? Out here, motherfucker! Not inside. Not inside. Taylor had to do what all of us should have been doing. Fucking crazy. Serious? He was. Being outside, speaking and wearing a mask. He thinks that he did what all of us he did what all of us should have been doing. Going inside and exposing what was going on. You guys are fucking crazy. Yeah. He's standing up. He's standing up. Taylor, are you an atheist? You guys are in my basement. You said we need to go. I have the right to be here. You came up to me, bro. That's what he was doing. He was infiltrating. I'm a fucking atheist. Are you serious? We're on TV. When? What episode did I say I was an atheist?
I'm going to pause right here again.
He did say he was an atheist.
I'm agnostic.
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm agnostic and I'm against this shit. This happened at a fucking church. An atheist. I guarantee you, Freely Ashley, who is anywhere near religious, would be against this shit. Why the fuck are you bringing up religion? I get you. I get it.
No, it's because context again. Context being that he has said, I don't know if it was on InfoWars or Blaze, but he said he was agnostic, and then now he's saying that we need to be praying to God.
So you're going to sit there and tell me somebody like Gothix, who was an atheist, and now has come to terms with it and come Christian, if she were there, you would call that shit out?
No, it's more of he did it like right away and a little too suspicious. The way he did it. Gothix was more of a slow build-up.
Okay, I'll give you that one. And we are still planning that talk.
And if you guys want to know more about that, we're going to continue to watch our channel for more info on Gothix.
Yeah, that's getting very, very close to being a thing. And I definitely want to have that conversation because I feel like that's going to be one hell of a show for us and her. But why? Why is this a thing? I understand the context. I get it. But again, now is not the fucking time. I get it. You see him in that moment. It may be a long time before you see him again. Now is not the time, especially front and fucking center. Are you kidding me? I'm only on your side because I've been forced there. But I will never be on their side. This shit? You don't know how much this weakened it just because you wanted to fight. Just because you wanted to say your piece in that moment. And I get it. I do. Because I'm the same way. I will do the same things. In the broad spectrum of things, I will actually think beyond that moment. Honestly, you should have. Because this looks bad. But let's continue.
I literally came to God on national TV, but you don't fucking know that. No, what they were doing to our kids. You guys are fucking crazy. Y'all focus on the other fucking side that's doing this shit. We do. We're not trying to have a hearing. Y'all are fucking crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, crazy. Don't fucking touch me. Do not fucking touch me. It's called discourse. It's literally called discourse. Something you guys aren't capable of. You guys aren't. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me grab my fucking phone. Let me grab my fucking phone. Groomers, motherfucker, you're a groomer. Okay, we don't need. That's who you should be yelling at. Why are you yelling at someone who's on our side? He went in there, got inside.
Again. Somebody that backed it up. I don't know who that was. Doesn't matter. He's right. In that moment, why are you yelling somebody? Why are you yelling at somebody who is on your side? In that moment, doesn't matter how you feel, what you think. In that moment, he was one of us. Doesn't matter your belief. Doesn't matter your thought process behind it. In that moment, he was one of us. Just like the fight before. Think of the optics, please. You want to win this fight? Yeah, we're winning. The culture war is being winning. It's being won. We are actually gaining ground. But this shit is going to set us back. Because this shit needs to be handled in the background. Now, I am doing this not to shame you. I am doing this to point out the problem. Let's continue a little further.
Look at what's going on. I literally named the shooter a massive fucking bad. You don't know what's going on. Are you serious? Let it go. Let it go. You're nobody. Bye-bye.
Do you know how stupid that makes us look?
Right. That's the dickhead that was down there starting shit.
Oh man, what just happened?
I don't know. I think those guys are infiltrators. I mean, anyone's wearing a mask I don't trust. I'm sorry.
Wait, were you wearing a mask?
No. No, absolutely not. The only time I have ever worn a mask throughout all of this is when I walked into a hospital. And that was only for work.
I got it.
It's like you're fucking welcome for going inside those events.
I got it. What just happened now?
They just came up and tried to accost me for no fucking reason.
Pretend to be somebody else.
Pretend to be someone else. Dude, I literally held Ashley Babbitt and she fucking died. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking serious? I was inside. I held Ashley and she fucking died. Are you fucking me? I'm not on her. But don't say shit like that.
Oh, so that's the woman. Oh, I remember this situation as well. I don't have much context on this one.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah?
All right, to Taylor. Dude, I get you. I understand. In the heat of the moment kind of situation, you were still set on edge. Again, now is not the time. You should have known. Now is not the time.
To be fair, it doesn't really help
that fight. Huh?
I'm just gonna say it doesn't really help his case that if people already were telling him they didn't like him, they didn't want him, he should have left.
No, absolutely not.
What do you mean not?
If
you know people don't like you and they don't trust you, especially even if it's your own side, I wouldn't be attending an event like that if I knew my own side didn't like me.
You were there to do what I was doing.
Yeah, and people
and it doesn't. Hold up. Listen. It doesn't matter. Because if I didn't like people that were there at that point in time, I'd stay away from them. Now, I will criticize Taylor at this point. He dragged this fight out right here. He could have ended it. It could have been done and over with. But in that moment, I get you. Tempers run high. You dragged it out a little bit, Taylor. And I'm going to call it out. Not because I'm going to play one side against the other or anything like that.
No,
but because I'm bringing up the problem. What?
I'm going to say this. Look, I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying. But one thing I will say is that I've been doing this much longer than you here in Texas. I've seen Taylor in more events than you have. And people know who Taylor is on both sides. Neither side likes him. If I was Taylor, I would have the moment I was found out, I would have left home because Antifa don't like his ass, and a lot of the conservatives there don't like him. It's not my fault. From what I'm hearing on the conservative side, who don't like him, is that he's a rhino, or whatever is the equivalent of a rhino as a journalist.
I'm going to be honest. And I know I've said this before the show. That shit don't matter. It really, really fucking doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. It matters the footage that comes out. Now, again, you want to fight? That's cool. You want to be one against the other? That's fine. There are some people I don't like. But in that fucking moment in time, I damn sure wouldn't be doing this. And that goes for both sides. That goes for Abel. That goes, or not Abel. That goes for Taylor. That goes for
I guess I'm part
your
of this now.
friend. That goes for both of you guys. In that moment in time, that was fucking horrible.
No, I understand. And look, here's what I will say. I know what you said this earlier about optics. We need to make it look as good as possible. But I think here's the issue that I don't think you're understanding. And nothing against you. Especially for people who I've only been here for a while. So my friends who've been here in Texas much longer than I have, obviously they've been here, I would assume, most of their lives, if not their entire lives. They've done this longer than I have, and I'm pretty sure that at this point they don't care enough about optics because they've done it enough, and Taylor just rubs them off the wrong way. I think, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's more of, how do I put it? They've been nice long enough with Taylor, and Taylor has not given the fuck about them when they've all only worked and been nice with him. And he's over here backhanding them, figuratively speaking, and playing friends with Antifa, who he knows hates his guts. And if they could, they'd shoot him.
Okay. But again, bad timing. I don't give a shit about the infighting. I don't give a shit the whole point behind that. I don't give a damn. My whole point is in that moment, you fucked up. And that's every side in that situation. You fucked up. Because you literally did it on the side of the road for the whole fucking world to see at that point. That's my concern. That's my criticism. That shit could have happened in the background. Nobody would have known. Nobody would have ever thought of shit. But the fact that that was in full display for both Taylor and your friend, I don't give a damn. That is a huge chink in the fucking armor at that point that both of you caused. That's my concern. That's my whole thought behind that. I don't give a damn. The whole point behind it. Think of it from their point of view. They're doing all this, and then all of a sudden somebody walks up, and then there's a mob going on, and they're screaming and fighting and yelling at each other. If I was against you, I'd consider that a win. All because you wanted to have a little spat. You wanted to have your voice heard at that point. I get you. I understand. Again, take it to the background. I don't give a shit. In either way, I don't care the reasoning behind any of this. What I care about is the fact that you literally made the entire side look like shit in that moment. And that's all they're going to take away from that. And that goes for both Taylor, who continued that fight from this point, and your friend, or your friends, who kind of started it, from my way of thinking. I don't know if they did or not.
From your way of thinking, yes, they started the fight. But technically, from your 5 seconds that you had information from that, I will say that. But like I said, this goes longer, much deeper and longer than you think.
Matter.
Well, dude, let me put it this way. Let me try to explain it this way. My friends, they'll work with anyone. Like, literally, you saw everyone who was there. You had everyone who was there. I even saw a video or photo of someone who is Muslim, I think. I might be wrong.
I get that a little bit further.
The Muslims were there. The actual KKK were there. And they even said to one of my friends there, after everything was done, that They don't care who it is as long as children are not being harmed. They said that they even defend a Jewish kid. The actual KKK will defend a Jewish kid, which they don't like. Or is that, well, they were Aryan Brotherhood, same thing, but whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, like, they will work with anyone as long as the goal is to stop the harm of children. The thing with Taylor, and this is not my personal opinion, as I do not wish to be sued by Taylor, or as I am also live on air, but to my friend, he rubs him off the wrong way. I'm not sure if I've said this to you off air, on air, whatever, but from what I've been told from my friends, what I've heard from them privately, something about Taylor seems off regarding the entire January 6th situation.
I understand. I get that. And let's just leave it at that. I understand. What I am saying, and I want them to understand this, what I am saying, think of it from their point of view. They're across the road. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand. They don't know who these fucking people are. Maybe they do. Maybe they knew who they are. But hold up. Let me finish this. They don't know. Maybe they do. Doesn't matter. What matters is you guys are fighting. Win for me. It's on full display right there for everybody to see. Win for me. From both sides. This shit could have been handled differently and should have been. This looks bad. Now, I'm not involved with either side. This is the first time I've ever gotten involved in an event like this. This is the first time I'm actually meeting these kinds of people. I don't care. This shit looks bad. And like we said earlier, this is why shit can't get done. Because you want to put your shit on full display for everybody to see. Meanwhile, they're doing the same thing. I guarantee it. But you don't see it and you don't hear about it. Why? Because the shit's done behind the curtain. Think about it. Consider it. At that moment in time, move on. It doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be done. Maybe that might be the only time in a long time you're going to see that person. It doesn't matter. If that's the thing, you want to say something, let it be in the background. There are many of times where Taylor was in the background. There was a crowd around that could have been seen, that you could have actually said something. You could have actually gone through this. But you put it on full display right there next to the road. That's my concern. That's my thought process. They saw that, and while that was going on, I don't know if you guys listened to it, but the other side was actually cheering. They were cheering for the fact that you guys are fighting each other while you're trying to fight them. How does that look strategically, militarily? How does that look when my opponents are fighting each other? Take it to the back. Take it behind the curtain. Don't let them know. I'm not taking up for anybody. I'm calling this shit out. Let's continue.
May I say one last thing before we continue? And I'll just leave it at this.
Go ahead.
One of my friends is already known to Antifa. They already know who they are because they've doxed him.
Dude, I've been doxed.
Yeah, well, the reason why I'm saying that is because they are bringing up saying that, oh, well, this is they know who Taylor is, they know who my friend is, so they don't give a and here's the other thing: a lot of people here in Texas don't give a fuck about other people's opinions, and the reason why I say that is because look, they know again, back to Taylor and my friend. Antifa knows who they are. My friends don't give a what Antifa thinks, and not a lot of the conservatives think. If Antifa is thinking, oh, they're chewing Taylor out, that's good for them. It's like, okay, that's fine. most conservatives don't like Taylor. They know who he is. So
that's fine. Again, that's fine. If they don't like him, that's okay. But when you do this shit in full display. Now, if I was on the other side and I was recording that shit, how would that look?
be good for it, good be optics for you. But again, like I said, a lot of Texans here don't.
That is a fight that is won because that side's fighting. Look at them. Look at what's happening. Now we're united. We're brainwashed into thinking this whole thing is actually working, where that we are winning. You're not, number one. But if this were to come out from their side, now I could put a spin on this to make all of them look like shit. I'm not going to do that because I don't know them. I'm not going to do that because they're on my side. Yet you put this on full display for everybody to see. That's my concern. That is my problem. I don't know you guys. I've got nothing against either person, either side in this fight. What I'm saying, this shit could have been handled better. And you know it.
Again, I agree. But when a lot of people don't like Taylor on both sides, and he's staying there more than he's welcome, when he knows he's hated on both sides because one side is domestic terrorists, actual domestic terrorists, and the other side don't like him because, I have to say this legally, allegedly, he is a Fed, allegedly, or a Fed informant. You can't get mad when Texans are very outgoing with their opinion. That is how Texas is. That is the culture here.
I understand. I am outgoing too. What I am saying, and like I said, it's nothing against anybody. What I am saying is looking through it from another lens. You're fighting each other. Meanwhile, I'm over here dancing to Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And fucking, what's that bitch's name? Jesus Christ, the Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter.
Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus. I'm over here dancing to I Don't Care. I'm over here shaking my ass in booty shorts, holding a fucking sign for it, while y'all are over there fighting with each other. I don't care the reasoning. Now is not the time. That's what I'm pointing out. I don't give a shit the reasoning. Now is not the time. Let's continue.
Jesus. Come on, no. Talking about all this, what do you guys do? What do you guys do? Except fucking complain and accost people. You better get the fuck away from her. You're fighting the wrong battle, bro. No, I ain't. Fighting the wrong battle.
Matter of fact, I'll be right back on this place.
Come on, man. Hey, come on. Knock you back.
He sprayed the mace.
Like, holy shit.
He sprayed the mace.
It seems like the police sprayed the mace, but I can't even walk on my own side without people like you.
Because you're a fucking not. You're not a fucking patriot.
I'm a what?
You was over there in the fucking tent starting shit.
Dude, I literally was just inside the event. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. That footage that comes out later, that's me. So say thank you. Jesus. It's insane. What? Yeah, I go on Blaze program.
He's on the Blaze all the time.
So what?
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's insane.
I like the Blaze.
Because they're saying that I'm fake.
Look,
and
I'm media too.
Antifa and this. Literally, they don't make any fucking sense. They just tried to attack me for no reason. It's like, I literally fucking inside.
He is right. This is why shit can't get done on that side. He is right. This is why shit can't get done on that side. Everybody's out there fighting each other and nobody trusting them.
drunken.
No, I don't know who the hell you are. Who is this? Do you know?
What? Who?
This person in the camera here. Let me go back to the. Actually,
which shirt color?
The bearded dude. I know he's a YouTuber, but I don't know who the hell he is.
I don't know who he looks familiar. Oh, that's okay. Now I remember. That's Alex Rosen. He's the one who catches pedophiles.
Oh, that's that dude?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I know you were gone when you left the video playing.
Yeah,
but,
I still heard everything.
If you heard Taylor, he said, "I was in there. All the footage you get inside, it's mine footage. You're welcome." I get it, but here's the thing. That sounds very condescending, especially if you're telling people who don't like you.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest again.
Yes,
you
but
know
he
my
got
opinions on
something
Taylor.
from the inside, which
You,
was
you know my opinion on Taylor. I cannot say it publicly as we are on air, but that, how do I say it without trying to get sued by Taylor, especially if we see this.
Then don't say it. All I'm saying right now, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about your reasoning. I don't give a fuck about his reasoning. I don't give a fuck about her reasoning. Dude, come on. You have to admit that looks bad. Let's go.
I would say with the exception of God's help. So we're going to get started. I want to ask Pastor Martha or one of our pastors to come up. I don't know if Pastor Kingsley is here yet. If Pastor Kingsley's here and any of our speakers, start making your way up to the front. But we're going to start with a word of prayer. Hey, Pastor Bishop. Pastor Bishop. Hey, Bishop. Why don't you come start us in prayer? What is she doing with that?
Who's playing the YMCA?
What is right or wrong? You think what is right?
Say what?
Who's playing the YMCA song? Protesters or the church?
The church side.
Hmm.
Like, I don't understand how that's something, because that song's pretty fucking good. I don't care. But yeah.
Is wrong and what is wrong is right. You see, God's mercy is being extended to you because of the message of the cross. That despite you and your pervertedness, your sexual immorality, despite of the darkness in your life, Christ died on the cross so that you might be set free, that you might be washed, justified, sanctified, created new. You see, I'm going to read and give you a little history lesson here. And hopefully you might know, my friends, we are eager and
Pause it. That's the KKK, for those who don't know.
There was never any interaction with that group right there.
Yeah, because everyone knows they
At all.
don't. Yeah, because everyone knows that they're not liked.
They didn't do shit. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying they didn't do shit. They didn't. There was not a problem. They made the presence known. Whatever. When the KKK acts better than you, you got a problem. Let's go.
Yeah, Aryan Brotherhood,
We're not
KKK,
ashamed of
whatever.
the gospel of Jesus Christ because we know it's the power of God unto salvation for everyone that believes. My friends, we are obligated and eager. That's why we're here. We're obligated and eager to share with you this good news because we know you're blind, you're walking in darkness, we know you're lost in your sins, you're lost in your idol worship, in your bad thinking, in your bad heart, your perverted heart, your darkened heart, your darkened mind, but Jesus can save you. We want you to know
Who's saying that? The KKK or someone else?
No. That was that dude that I told you from the very beginning that he never shut up.
Oh, okay, I remember him now.
That's that little preacher dude that was over there just like going off at the mouth. He never stopped talking throughout the entire thing.
My friend, I can teach you a thing or two and you don't have to be a fake man. I can show you something so you won't be a fake man. I can show you what it means to be a man of God. Not a pervert, not someone that compromises because of the pervertedness of the porn addiction, of the Pornhub, of the OnlyFans.
Save our
The guy was on that.
Because your electoral voice is good.
When you have churches that are pushing things that are against the Word of God, what clearly the Bible says, then we have to speak out against that. Never mind the issue of children, we have to speak out against that. We have to do that in a loving and a kind way, but we have to stand for what's right, what is true. Now add on the issue of children. If someone wants to get a sex change, that's their prerogative. But you can't even go to a tanning bed as a minor. You can't even go to a tanning bed as a minor until you're 18. But for whatever reason, you have sex changes happening with children at a very early age. That should not happen. And so, guys, I'm just here to say in a loving and in kind way, we should stand for what is true. We should stand for the Word of God. When there are things going on that are antithetical to that, we have to speak out against that. And you know what? It's so important that we speak up not just against what's going on in churches, but also what's going on in our school system.
And parents, concerned parents, need to get involved with their children's lives. They need to ask their children questions around the dinner table. They need to ask them, what are they learning in their school? They need to talk to their kids, find out what's going on. There shouldn't be secrets between the teachers and the parents. Or secrets between the teachers and the students. The parents should know about it. And parents should consider pulling their kids out of school sometimes and homeschooling them. And furthermore, they should run for school board. In Florida, Ron DeSantis backed 20 school board candidates, and 20 of them won.
That is actually true. Ron DeSantis did back 20 candidates for school board all across Florida, and every single one of them won.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said, I like what Florida's doing on some things, and we need to get our asses moving here in Texas. But we do have your average citizen, like the folks who were there all day, doing something.
Yeah. There was something to be had. But I'm not going to get into it. You already know. Let's go.
That's what we need here is an awakening. We need people to run for school board. We need people to start homeschooling. We need parents to be involved in their kids' lives. We need people that are engaged. And the way that we fight is not through any sort of physical violence, but it's through the electoral process. And we need people that will run for precinct chair. We need people that will turn out people to vote. We need people that will stand up and speak out against false teachings and stand up for truth and hold these pastors accountable. Just preach the word of God. They need to be preaching the whole counsel of God. So it's incumbent on us to stand for what is true, to stand for what is right, to be biblical citizens of this land that we're living in. First and foremost, we're Christians, and second, we're Americans. So stand up for the word of God. Stand up for what is right. And that's all I got to say here today. God bless you. God bless Texas. Thank you.
All right. Who wants to see some liberal heads explode? You guys know what this is. Let's pledge allegiance right now.
No, I'm going to stop right here.
All right, I wanted to hear the Pledge of Allegiance.
You will hear in a second.
Okay.
While we're doing this, I want y'all to see how many people are paying attention to the stage. How many people are involved in this?
There's a lot of people.
That's that unity that I'm talking about. They don't give a shit about their differences right now. They don't give a shit. Personal lives. They're united at that point in time. That's what I want to see. But let's go.
You ready? This is our country. God gave it to us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Some days everything sucks because I'm like, I can't wait till the body cam footage shows
All
out.
right, guys. Jameson Ellis. Who knows that name? I've seen that guy around. I'm so thankful for all of you guys who come out tonight. He's a self-employed small business owner, conservative activist, former congressional candidate, and he is here with us today. Jameson, come on up.
There's that Muslim woman. We're going to come into her a little bit later.
I just am kind of curious on the Muslim woman, but I'll have to reach out to my friends about that later.
Yeah, that woman just like, shout out to her. Really, shout out to her because that's hot as fuck.
I'm pretty sure that they're built to withstand the heat, but it cover their bodies. It would make no
Still.
sense.
Now that woman was sweating like a fucking pig, a stuck pig, dude. That woman was sweating.
Hey, that's against her religion. Let's try that again.
A stuck cow? No, cause fuck.
Stuffed, a sweating camel.
But they don't sweat.
Boy.
But yeah, you get the point. Shout out to that woman because she was there damn near every bit of it in the burqa and every bit of that. Shout out to her because she stuck with it. I will admit, I saw your friend go behind the car, and I went the
Which
other
one?
direction. The
The
one that
male
was
or the female?
fucking shadowing me the entire time. She went behind that gray car right there, and I was just like, I'm going the other direction. This is why I actually went this direction. See, I looked at her again just to make sure she was there. And I was just like, alright, get here.
I was wearing a big dress first. You're welcome. Dude, that's exactly why you're.
Is that Taylor speaking?
Yes.
You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking atheist talking about prayer and Jesus Christ. You don't know fuck about your book. Piece of shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Nothing. Man, fuck you. You're lucky I didn't fucking see you before you went in. All you ever fucking do is dress as trans. You don't fucking want to be trans. Just come out. Just come out, you piece of shit.
For legal reasons and laughing for other reasons.
Hey, dude, what are we gonna do over here? Oh, and then what you say? All to gather information. Oh, it is? But you know what that's called? You know what that's called? Gathering information is called being smart. It's literally called being smart. You're a fucking groomer sympathizer. You're a piece of shit.
Alright, this was me just feeling awkward as fuck right here, just kind of walking around. Let's skip a little bit forward. There's that kid. There's that kid in the red shirt.
Richard, I see that.
Almost like
I
middle
see it.
camera. That dude's literally the entire time is just holding that sign and dancing in his booty shorts.
What?
Like that, he did nothing but that the entire time. Shout out to that dude because he was all into it. But I was just like, I saw him.
Hey, Drunken, I'm gonna send you a DM.
Okay, but multiple times I saw that kid and I was just like, this, like. I feel like he doesn't actually understand what the hell's going on at this point. He's just there to dance and have fun. Shout out to him for just kind of staying out to everything. You know, that I looked at him every time I saw that kid. I had to laugh because I was just like, he's just here, just doing his thing. That's all it is. But yeah, let's go.
You talk about women's
I'm going to tell you at that point in time right there.
Mm-hmm.
She said that. I think that's how they caught the dude on the inside. Like I said, this was well organized. This was well thought out. This was well planned. The fact that she said that, given the time that it took for the dude on the inside to come out, I feel like that's what caused it.
Mm.
Now, I actually took this right here because, like I was saying, the Muslim woman, like, she was doing an interview, and I didn't want to make it look like I was trying to get into somebody else's shit at that point in time, but I wanted to get a shot of her because she was there most of that time wearing that, and I was just like, I'm already hot and sweaty. I just want to fucking go at this point. I'm already done all the bullshit that I've seen, and here she is. Check this out.
What is she saying? I can't hear anything.
I know you really can't hear much of what it is. I just wanted to get the shot of her just like full suit. You know what I'm saying? No, she's not covering her face or anything, but full suit. I just wanted to get a shot of this and just be like, I respect the fuck out of this.
You know what I'm saying? All right, hello. Why are you guys going to file where to kill when they are 15? Hell yeah, you're right. That's all I'm asking.
We had one of the girls go inside and we saw that they have clothes and closets full of
This old man right here, he got me too. It's like, I don't know, like Parkinson's or something. Old age set in for him. But this dude's just, he's going off. And I had to get this. This was great.
To be fair, it's Texas. They don't give a they will call everything out.
No, but this dude, I had to actually refrain from laughing while I was doing this because this dude's just like, he's got phone in hand, reading Bible verses, just going to fuck off.
Ungrateful, unholy, unloving, irreconcilable, malicious gossip, without self-control, brutal, haters of good, treacherous, reckless, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, holding to a form of godliness, although they have denied its power, and avoid such men as these. For among them are those who enter.
Now I took this shot. I'm going to admit, this is kind of framing on my point. But I took this shot because this old man was going to fuck off, and every single one of them, like, they had settled down a little bit beforehand. But I wanted to take this shot right here because this old man was just going to hell off, and everybody's just standing around just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. You know, it looked perfect.
Into households and captivate weak women weighed down with sins, led on by various impulses, always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
So you have to buy a minimum of 5 tickets under the ticket buyer, and then you're checking under the person that bought the ticket. So I checked in under that, and I was
All right, that man that just walked in the frame,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of freaked me out too.
How come?
Not because I felt like any kind of fucked up vibes or anything, but he was just there everywhere. You know, it was just like that old man in the background that just kind of watches everything.
Well, the old man is doing his job.
I mean,
He's
yeah,
an old
he
timer.
is. He is. I didn't get much of, other than the interaction that we saw earlier. I didn't get much of him doing anything other than just kind of watching. But it kind of freaked me out too because he was just like, he was like me trying to be inconspicuous as shit, and it was just like, what's going on here? And at this point, I'm Texas. Hold up. I will admit that old man that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The reason why I kind of pointed him out, I kind of kept an eye on him, is he was the only one with a pistol on his hip. Like full exposed kind of thing. He was the only one.
It's Texas. Everyone has a pistol, dude. I've gone to so many.
I know, but here's the thing. He was the only one with a pistol on his hip. He was the only one not really trying to get involved in anything. The only one not really trying to be involved. I felt like he was the only person there that was looking for shit to pop off, and he was ready. Shout out to that man. Whoever the fuck that was, shout out to that man, because he was ready for some shit to happen. If something was going to go down, he was on it. I wanted to highlight him for that reason. But yeah.
It is Texas, boy.
Yeah, but everybody else is just kind of off and doing their own thing, talking and doing whatever. But he was inconspicuous like I was. And he was ready. And I appreciate the fuck out of that.
Oh, base Latina. Or base Latin, right?
Hey, question. You didn't edit any of this, right? None of this is edited, is that right?
None of it is edited. The only cut you see is me turning off the camera to turn it back on.
What about faces of children and or people's license plates for their vehicles? Any of that blurred out?
No.
If I were you, I'd re-edit everything to make sure we don't have any kids' faces or license plates shown.
I mean, there wasn't any kids on our side, but license plates could be a thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'd do that as soon as you can.
Yeah, I will. That was the YouTube dude.
Alex Rosen?
Yes.
I like him. He's a chill guy. I
literally had to turn my head and just start laughing into my own shoulders. Hopefully it wouldn't catch in the mic, but I was like, damn, dude, this is fucking great.
Yeah, he's a chill guy.
You cannot procreate, so you have to recruit.
I'll be back here in a second. I'm just gonna let it roll. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what the fuck that was being said at that point in time. But that came from the other side, and I was just trying to catch something, but no. All right, hold up. This is a kind of messed up story. And I kind of walked up on this woman at this point in time. But listening to this woman's story, I was just like, I feel bad for you. I really do. But listen to what she's got to say. Little bit of a backstory.
It's kind of hard for me to hear her.
Yeah, a little bit of a backstory. When I walk up, you'll hear her better. Little bit of a backstory. This woman was married to a man who came out as a transgender woman later on, and I don't want to give too much away. But this is a kind of fucked up story, and I catch the good parts of it. But listen to what she's got to say.
Because I married a man who had an inner female. I mean, this is so unethical and so unscientific and so unprofessional. But that's what this movement is like. It completely lacks ethics and honesty. The therapist also told us that my husband would not know if he's a man or a woman for 3 more months. At which point I said,
Wait, was it? And she looks familiar.
I don't know. I don't know anybody here. So
no, I'm listening to what she's saying about her husband. I think I know who she is. Play it one more time from the beginning. Like go back like 30 seconds if you don't mind.
action, which isn't required anymore, guys. That's old news. So she wrote the letter.
Okay, yeah, I know that lady. That so her husband is a transgender, and yeah, I know that story. That'll be an interesting one to tell you off air.
Do you know her?
I don't know her personally. I've had one phone call with her on, but a friend of mine, the one who I was telling you earlier, who was fighting with the lady from Gays Against Groomer, she's friends with him.
Reach out to her. Tell her I'd love for her to come on and tell the story, because I was hearing what she had to say, and it's a kind of messed up thing.
Send me a screenshot of this, right where we have it paused, and I'll ask my friend, and I'll say, "Hey, is that your friend? If so, can you give her my number, and I want to talk to her."
Oh, you're gonna have me do something right here? Okay.
No, not you. I'm telling chat.
Oh, I can do it. That's not a problem.
No, I have chat watching.
I mean, they're not gonna see me doing all this. Oh shit! I hit the new button. Okay.
Did you just say you hit the nuke button?
New. All right, let's
Show's over, guys. He nuked everything.
But listen to this woman's story, because I mean, if we could talk to her, I'd love to hear this in a more detailed setting. I would love to hear this story, because this woman just
she talks about it on social media.
Still, I'd love to hear it from her mouth. But let's continue.
Okay.
Hormones while we were married. For 11 years, he was taking these hormones that made him infertile while he was on them, and it affected his libido. I had no idea he was on them. This is completely unethical for doctors to do that without a spouse knowing, because obviously these sort of things affect a marriage. That Houston therapist is now helping parents transition their kids, and she has published a book to help parents transition their kids. There are causes for people to identify as transgender, but there are no trans people. There's no such thing. That's just disassociation from the truth and from your biological sex, which is what the LGBTQ ethic is all about. It's about removing the act of sex from procreation and marriage, where God intended it to be. So the causes for someone to transition range from autogynephilia. Autogynephilia is when a man is sexually aroused with the idea of himself as a woman. So that would be like what my ex was. Like one time I caught him in the bathroom shaving his legs, and he was in a state of arousal.
Wait, did she say ex-husband or ex-wife?
Huh?
Did she say ex-husband or ex-wife?
Ex-husband? I don't.
Okay.
I honestly don't know if she said ex-husband or ex-wife, but I'm assuming ex-husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, she caught him shaving his legs, and he was in a state of arousal, shaving his legs. And this goes back to kind of what me, you, and Ashley were talking about that one time.
About the AGPs.
Yes. But yeah, this is a moment in time with this.
But I really didn't believe, like I was told, and like most trans widows are told.
Did someone just say disgusting?
My fault, he was cross-dressing, he was stressed out, and he needed to do something to relax. Other people.
So he was stressed out, and he needed to do something to relax. So he shaved his legs, boner in the tub. I'll never understand. I'm not afflicted with it, so I'll never understand. But that's weird.
I will call your ass out.
What?
If
I have
you
never
ever
shaved my legs. What are you going to call me out on?
Let me finish. You didn't let me finish. I was going to say, if I ever hear from your wife and she tells me, Abel, Drunken was shaving his legs and I saw him aroused, I will call you immediately and call your ass out.
It'll never happen. I have
Where
never
are the children?
Look, I have, as a joke,
Where are your children?
Biologically, they
kidding.
don't exist.
Oh.
But no, I mean, I have, because I lost a bet to one of my.
Was it to
exes.
Taylor?
No, because I lost a bet to one of my exes before. I dressed up in her dress. I put on her clothing and everything like that. She wanted me to shave my legs, and I was like, absolutely fucking not, because I know what happens after you shave an area that hasn't been shaved in a long time. You get all those bumps and rash and, the shave rash kind of thing. Now that I'm talking about it, I mentioned the hell out of my legs. That's how bad it is. So I can understand how it would be if I shaved my legs. But no. So I had to throw on pantyhose for that whole situation. But
how'd you like it? Were you aroused?
No. Actually, full disclosure on this whole thing. Now, this is actually a funny ass story. Like, I had lost a bet to her, so I dressed up, right? Now we went to a tattoo parlor where she knew the owner of. I kind of knew him too, right? And
But she knew him more personally.
Not on the level you're trying to go to. It was more of a lost father kind of situation, right?
What did you think I meant?
You know what I think you meant.
But no, I legit said more personally, i.e., she knew him longer.
Yeah, she knew him on a personal level, but we went there, right? And
accusing me of other things.
It was all in fun, and we were having jokes. Now, this dude, he's just like, hey, as a joke, and I didn't get it at that point. Well, I did kind of get it, but I fucked myself up in this situation. But as a joke, he's just like, hey, I need y'all to run to Walmart and get me 2 things of Vaseline. Being a tattoo parlor shop, you're like, all right, whatever, cool. I'm having fun with it. I don't care, right? It's just like, you think whatever you want. I'm having fun. We go there. This is where it gets off the rails. We go there, right? The first thing we grab is those 2 jars of Vaseline. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm out of condoms. I'm going to pick up a box of condoms. I'm dressed as a fucking woman. All right? This did not click into my head. I'm dressed as a woman with my girlfriend there. She's got a video camera on me. She's laughing the entire damn time. I'm dressed as a woman. I'm picking up 2 jars of Vaselines and a big box of fucking condoms. Nothing clicked in my head. We go into the cash register and we're standing in line. She's dying laughing. This is the reddest I have ever seen this woman. Like, embarrassing, laughing kind of situation altogether while she's recording this whole interaction, right? We're standing in line. I'm just like, I don't even, it doesn't register in my head. Like, I'm just like, what's so funny about this? Like, it's kind of whatever situation. I'm just having fun. This old man behind me, like, I wasn't paying attention to him in any way, shape, or form. This old man behind me, and God bless this dude's soul, looks at me and he's just like, you lost a bet, didn't you? And I looked at him and I was like, yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, what about it? And he starts busting out laughing. Well, it's our turn to check out, right? I put the 2 things of Vaseline in this big ass box of condoms on the register. This woman rings up the 2 jars of Vaseline. She grabs the condoms, looks at them, looks at me, rings it up slowly as she stares at me, and puts it in the bag. She gives me my total, and I'm still clueless as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's staring at me like, this is a thing? Are we doing it? It's a joke, right? And the woman just looks at me and she goes, all right, so what's happening? It's like, what do you mean? She goes, you just bought 2 jars of Vaseline and a box of condoms. What is going on? And it clicked right there in my head. As soon as she said it, as soon as she read that back to me, I was just like, oh, fuck. I'm dressed as a woman. I got my girlfriend recording this interaction. 2 jars of Vaseline. And a huge box of condoms. The optics on this does not look good. So at that point, I got a little embarrassed and I was like, oh, fuck. Now I understand why he asked me if I lost the bet. Because everybody's thinking, yeah. Oh, shit. So at that point, she realizes that it caught on to me. Like, she just dies, dude. Like, legs went limp. She's just like, she can't breathe. She's dying laughing from so fucking hard. I had to pick her up with this bag of 2 jars of Vaseline and a box of condoms. I had to literally pick her up off Walmart's fucking floor and walk her to the car because she cannot function while I'm in high heels dressed as a woman. And I was just like, all right, this is gone too far. And I fucked myself up because I didn't have to do any of this. And the entire time, that's what I'm doing. I'm just like, all right, let's just go back. We need to go home. Cause fuck this. But yeah, let's continue with that. And now that we've got that embarrassing ass story out the way.
People who identify as transgender were most likely traumatized in their youth. And there's other people who are confused, but mostly lately with children, it's rapid onset gender disorder. For every 1 child in the public school who transitions publicly, 3.5 more students transition. It's a social contagion. Kevin and I are an unlikely activist team, and a lot of people have tried to pin our team down and divide us, but we're going to keep going forward to protect children in Texas.
Now I can confirm that I know her.
What?
I now can confirm that I know her.
Reach out to her. Let's have a conversation because I'd love to hear this woman's story, really, from her own mouth without all the screaming and shit. I would love to hear what she's got to say about it.
Oh, but I can't confirm anything.
I mean, just ask her. That's all you got to do. Just ask. But let's go.
When we went to protest the drag queen story hours across Texas, and we exposed the sex offenders, prostitutes, trans dominatrix, trans porn stars, and the drag queen story hour programs, we were treated like we were homophobes and transphobes. If you love somebody, you tell them the truth. And that's what we're doing today. That's not what that church is doing. That so-called church is not telling people the truth. The public library in Houston didn't even bother to do background checks because that's a microaggression, obviously, to check the background of a sexual minority. Adults who are putting up bios and pronouns in their bios are signaling to everyone that they're okay with children being sterilized and having their genitalia mutilated. That's what they're doing. That's what the safe space stickers are about. Let's get rid of these safe space stickers that are inviting children to be groomed by creepy adults who want to talk to them about sex and replace them with groomer stickers. No more sex clubs for kids in our schools. We don't need a gay gender sexuality alliance because we don't have a future sluts of America because we don't need any sex clubs for children in our schools. I don't know how we ever came into agreement with.
I want to pause that right there.
I'm listening.
She said we don't have future sluts of America. Now, okay, we had future farmers of America in our school. Had we had future sluts of America, I'd have been in that class.
I plead no contest on your comment.
I'd have been in that class. I'd have been like, all right, let's do this. What we got? What's happening here? But yeah, let's go.
But my number one thing that Texans must do, when I divorced my ex-husband, it was a work of legal
I seriously want to hear that woman's story. From her own words, I would love to hear that woman's story.
Yeah, like I said, but I definitely now I can from her. I know who she is. Yeah.
Get about 10 minutes left.
Praise the Lord.
Okay.
Praise God, you heard the good news. I hope that you might come to the knowledge of the truth of Jesus Christ. And
There's that same dude still going off, never stop.
They can? No, hey, they can because it does say that.
Understand why they think this music's gonna piss anybody off.
No, it's true.
I grew up with this music, so I don't understand. I was trying to avoid not getting hit at this moment.
do your job. I began going to a ministry for people that want to lead the LGBT lifestyle.
All right, here's the other.
True identity in Christ, and I found that just because I may be more feminine than the next guy does not mean that I'm gay or that I'm a female. It just means I'm artistic, and that's okay. So if you have a little boy in your life that might be more
that's my friend who's speaking right now.
Right.
Don't treat him any different. Don't treat him like he
I will admit, off camera I
up.
talked to him. He's pretty
Because
fucking
then
cool.
he's gonna think there's something wrong with him, and he might be weird.
Yeah.
And he's not weird. He's just artistic. And most artistic people are more intelligent than the rest. And so, why I got involved in activism is because I met Jeff Younger, and when I met Jeff Younger, I did not know children were being transitioned. I mean, I transitioned as a teenager, but I thought most people just waited until they were 18, 19, 20. And oh my God, his son started being transitioned at 3 years old. And I said, God, use my voice to make a difference in this world. And he did. And that's why I do what I do. That's the only reason why I do what I do. Do you think myself, I would go out and be put on the front lines and be ridiculed? I have had every media company in the country write hit pieces on me. And I don't care, because they're not going to stop me. That's what they want to do. I will keep going until pediatric gender transition is banned in Texas, and hopefully the nation, till drag queen story hour and obscene behavior is banned in Texas, and hopefully the nation. Y'all, I uncovered this church, whatever that is over there. It's not a church. It's a joke is what it is. One of the drag queens that they have over there, I did a 5-minute Google search and I found that Tisha Flowers, which is Jason Kettle, had been 4 years in prison for plotting to shoot up his school.
This is true.
Murdered and tortured 20 classmates.
I'm aware. I saw that in advance.
5-minute Google search. Do you think they researched anybody's background before they decided to bring them in there in front of those kids?
That is actually, I want to pause right there. That is actually true. The Tisha Flowers person that was actually there, all that shit happened.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Murdered children spent 4 fucking years in prison. Like, if I were to do that, I'd still be there today. Yet you're allowing this thing. I'm not even going to call him a person because that's just despicable. And I'm not going for that route because the transgender shit or the drag queen or anything. This thing that killed kids to dress up as a woman and dance around in front of kids.
Children. Mm-hmm.
Do you not find that to be a problem?
I do, but these folks don't.
This person up as like, oh, this is a hero in the transgender community. This motherfucker killed kids. And you're allowing him to do everything but show his butthole to kids.
I'm pretty sure he would have been, if they didn't care, they would have let him show his butt.
Oh, yes. It's considering what we saw from at the beginning in Chattanooga. Yeah. This motherfucker killed kids, and y'all are propping him up as heroes. And you sit there and say the right doesn't give a shit about kids? Y'all are propping up people that murder kids. So who really doesn't give a shit about kids? That's what really gets me. You know, you say we don't give a shit about kids because we don't allow kids to be kids. Yes, we do. We want kids to be kids.
What we don't want in general is kids to be mutilated.
Exactly. What we don't want is kids to be pushed into something that they may or may not be before they even understand what that is. We want kids.
Do you know how many kids understand?
If you want to play like you're literally an astronaut in outer space, do it. If you want to play like you're a little girl and dress up, do it, because that's who kids are. I put on dresses. I wore high heels. The fact that I can walk in high heels is fucking amazing to me. It scares me, but it's fucking amazing to me.
I'm questioning you.
Question me all you want. I'm married. I'm a full fucking man. I'm a man's man. No, I'm just bullshit. But
yeah, we know you're a man's man.
But no, I just...
How does it feel to be Tyrone's man?
I resent that.
Hey, you said it, not me. You said you're a man's man.
I've been in jail, but I've never been Tyrone's butt buddy. However,
hey, you said you wanted to do that on the show for the OnlyFans
I never
account.
said nothing like that. You're trying to force that. It's never going to happen. However, I will say this. Like, we just want kids to be kids. We don't give a shit if they turn out to be transgender. Okay. Just let them decide. You had your finger up. What you got to say?
No, nada. I'm pleading the fifth.
Okay. Let's finish this off.
Absolutely not, because they don't care. He's also a known Satanist. I thought this was a church. That's not a church. And so,
While we're finishing this off, I gotta go to the bathroom.
they don't care. They're grooming.
That sounded fucked up.
And it's part of the agenda, and it's part of the communist agenda, and I don't have time to get into that. Read the 45 planks of communism in the Communist Manifesto, and you'll see we're living through that right now. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for this great turnout, and to stand up for the children and speak out and say enough is enough, and we're not going to put up with it anymore. Thank you guys.
That is a powerful man right there.
Would you like some food later? Got them already. Thank you.
I don't even know what the fuck I did. Just like walking back to that with nobody there.
No idea.
Maybe because I wanted to get the fuck away from people. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm recording. Probably what it is I'm going with that.
What about him? Oh, those.
All right, actually, I can go ahead and say for the next 4 minutes or so, I'm just walking around, just catching the crowd and shit like that. But yeah, that was it.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Y'all saw everything here as far as my odds are concerned. Abel, final thoughts on all this?
I plead the fifth.
Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because of today's showing. Trust me, it's better that I plead the fifth.
I'll allow it. I'll allow
For
it.
this one time.
All right, my final thoughts. Guys, I don't give a shit. I really don't. Well, he dies over there. I really don't. I don't care if you're really transgender. I don't give a shit. Just figure it out before you do some shit. I don't care if you're a Blair White, Buck Angel kind of person. Just figure it out before you do something. Let kids be kids. Because kids are fucked up little individuals. I don't know if y'all remember being a kid yourself. I don't know if y'all remember being teenagers yourself. It's all awkward and everything's fucked up and you're just trying to find out who you are. Doing my little dive into the the little video I did, spoon feeding the intellectually inept. I kind of gained a little bit of a deeper understanding here. The fact that this is allowed, the fact that this is pushed, the fact that this is a thing. You don't understand the repercussions of it. 64 to 95, or what is it? 65 to 94% grow out of it. It's a big reach. You're right. I get you. but it is over the 50-50 mark. Most people do. However, once you start the gender affirming care that everybody's pushing for, that unaliving that you talk about, that shit grows. 14% increase. After the gender affirming begins, 14% increase in the unaliving. This shit's killing kids. And that 14% increase is because as they grow older, they understand they've done damage, just like Abel here. They understand they've done damage that they cannot come back from. How far have they gone? Well, that's up to you as a parent. The fact that you push this. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, kids ain't getting this. Yes, kids are getting top surgery. As soon as things start to develop, kids are getting top surgery. Kids are getting
Don't believe me?
surgeries. Go ahead.
I said, don't believe me? Look at Chloe Cole.
Well, I mean,
she got a breast removed at the age of 15, given testosterone puberty blockers at the age of 13.
I would still
Well, in
love
California.
to talk to her.
I know.
Yeah,
That's not gonna be possible.
I know, but I would still love to talk to her.
Go to California. That's where she lives.
I'm never setting foot in that fucked up state.
How's this? You go. Will you move with me to California, and we'll leave on the 7th? How's that?
What part of I'm never setting foot in that fucked up state do you not
Do
understand?
you want to talk to her or no?
I will talk to her in another state. I will talk to her on the Arizona border. I don't give a fuck. I'm never setting foot in that fucked up state ever again. Because Gavin Newsom would probably have me hung and quartered. All right? But,
I'm moving back to California, so
yeah, go fuck you.
Fine.
But
my ass doesn't want to feel that, so no.
Are you sure about that? I mean,
coming from you in Alabama, I'm good.
Oh, it's just because it's Alabama. Gotcha. But anyway.
No, because of what you've done in Alabama.
You son of a bitch. I flipped cameras at the wrong time. You son of a bitch. But anyway, like I was saying, though, I mean, just let kids be kids. Literally, just let them grow up. Now, you say 18 is an adult.
25 is what I say.
People don't understand life. You've just now begun life as an adult. You got a lot more freedoms and things that you can do. You got a lot more responsibilities. You haven't evolved as a person. I don't care. I don't care if you really are transgender. I do care if you push this ideology onto children. I do care when you make these children think that they are something that they could or could not be. Let them explore it. Don't push them. Let them be who they are. Educate them along the way. I get you. That's cool. There are a lot of gay people that I know that have actually said, had this been known to me at a younger age, I probably would have understood and things wouldn't have been so awkward. I understand. I do. I get it. Just let them be them. Don't hate it just because, well, this has become a trend now. Don't hate it just because of that, because you could be. But also, don't push it because you want likes and clicks on social media and things like that. This is a disgusting culture we have come to create. And it is affecting children. And that's where I make my stand. That's why I went down to this. That's why I did what I did. That's why, had I been on the inside, I probably would have been arrested. And I do, with that whole thought, I do have to say thank you for being caught, Taylor, because I'd probably be in a jail cell. Guys, enough is enough with this shit.
No.
I mean,
these people will never stop.
Enough is enough, because not too long ago you were saying, no, we're not coming for you kids. We won't do that.
No. They said they said as of this year they are coming for your children. Do you not remember the gay men in San Francisco gay choir?
What did I just say? Not too long ago, you were saying you're not coming for kids. Not too long ago, kids were off limits. And then all of a sudden, because maybe it's because you started losing that war with the adults, that's when you started targeting kids. Now you wonder.
Hey, yo.
Now you wonder why people are the way they are. Now you wonder why there is such a bifurcation with this country. Now you wonder why. It's because kids see this shit. They don't understand. They're just doing what adults do. They're just doing what adults say because they should be learning from adults.
They technically are learning from these adults.
And that's the question. What are they learning from you? Are they learning that chopping your dick and balls off is a good thing? Or are they learning just do you? No one cares. That's the question.
Can't confirm chopping off your is not a good idea.
Now, I will admit there are some people who will always push back on this kind of thing and always reject that. I get you. But you're talking about the fringe minority. You're talking about the fringe people. Really, truly, honestly, no one gives a shit. As long as you are who you are. That's my final thoughts on this whole thing. One more time. You got anything to add, Abel?
Nope.
I'm right. So we're going to go ahead.
Appreciate you guys.
You want to do it? Can you do it?
No, because you interrupted. I'll stay silent, like I normally do.
That's best. All right. I appreciate y'all hanging out and watching this shit and at least going through this. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you are. We just want to have a conversation. That's it. We just want you guys to understand the truth of the matter. So I appreciate everybody. I should have said this from the very beginning, but smash the like button. Share the show with your friends. Let's get to talking again, ladies and gentlemen. We need to. I would leave it on this note. You have a voice, and it is important. Please, sit down. Let's have a conversation. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all again very soon.